Hi, beautiful. We're reading today in the text, chapter 22, Salvation and the Holy Relationship. And we are now in section 6, and we're reading paragraphs 11 and 12. Who can attack the Son of God and not attack his Father? How can God's Son be weak and frail and easily destroyed unless his Father is? You do not see that every sin and every condemnation that you perceive and justify is an attack upon your Father. And that is why it has not happened, nor could be real. You do not see that this is your attempt because you think the Father and Son are separate, and you must think that they are separate because of fear. For it seems safer to attack another or yourself than to attack the great creator of the universe, whose power you know. I'll pause here and say, it talks a lot in A Course in Miracles about letting go of grievances and how this is the key to so many things. It's really interesting here. It says you must think that they're separate because of fear. Because we haven't given up grievances, and so we still want to attack, and so it just seems safer to think that everything's separate. It seems safer to attack another or yourself than to attack the great creator of the universe, whose power you know. If you were one with God and recognized this oneness, you would know his power is yours. But you will not remember this while you believe attack of any kind means anything. It is unjustified in any form. Again, I'll pause here and say I've been really amazed and inspired lately reading the text, how often it just clarifies there's no exception. We can't condemn a little and judge a little, and have these gifts of true vision, because it will cloud it, even the smallest grievance. It's pretty amazing. But rather than that making me feel like, oh, this is futile because I can never give up all grievances, it actually makes me feel very liberated. Like, wow, you mean I really get to let go of all grievance? I really get to forgive everyone? Like, that is liberation. I am so grateful this is the truth. You will not remember this while you believe attack of any kind means anything. It is unjustified in any form because it has no meaning. The only way it could be justified is if you and your brother were separate from the other and all were separate from your creator. For only then would it be possible to attack a part of the creation without the whole, the Son without the Father, and to attack another without yourself, or hurt yourself without the other feeling pain. And this belief you want. Whoa. See, the ego is crazy. So we want to think that we can hurt ourselves and not hurt others, or hurt others and not hurt ourselves. We want to think that. The small self wants to think that. Yet, wherein lies its value except in the desire to attack in safety? Right? That's so true. Like, why would we even want that unless we want to be able to hurt other people without it affecting ourselves? Attack is neither safe nor dangerous. It is impossible. Wow. See, here, A Course in Miracles is bringing us to a whole new thought system. It's just saying, not only is it not good or bad, safe or dangerous, it's just not real. Do you want to stay in the nightmare where you think it's real and you make yourself miserable? Or do you want to choose reality and step into a whole new thought system, a whole new reality with an uppercase R that's actually true? It is impossible. And this is so because the universe is one. I'm going to pause there and say, our scientists are proving this. So people are like, oh, that's just spiritual mumbo jumbo. But now we know with quantum entanglement, the universe is one. We can't destroy a part without it affecting the whole. And we see that with ecosystems too. We see how when we go in and disrupt an ecosystem, it affects the entire ecosystem. Taking out a few key species, or this insect goes extinct, but this bird relied on that insect and now the bird's gone extinct. I mean, we are so interconnected in this beautiful web of life. And on a quantum level, everything is literally connected. You would not choose attack on its reality if it were not essential to attack to see it separated from its maker. And thus, it seems as if love could attack and become fearful. Only the different can attack. So you conclude because you can attack, you and your brother must be different. Yet does the Holy Spirit explain this differently? Because you and your brother are not different, you cannot attack. Either position is a logical conclusion. Either could be maintained, but never both. The only question to be answered in order to decide which must be true is whether you and your brother are different. From the position of what you understand, you seem to be, and therefore can attack. Of the alternatives, this seems more natural and more in line with your experience, and therefore it is necessary that you have other experiences more in line with truth to teach you what is natural and true. This is the function of your holy relationship. For what one thinks the other will experience with him. What can this mean except your mind and your brothers are one? I'm going to pause here and say, A Course in Miracles talks about this a lot, how all minds are joined. It's a really fascinating topic. There's still aspects of it that I don't fully comprehend. And then other aspects of it that I'm like, and I would love to hear any of your thoughts, please share in the comments. But I have seen how, wow, especially the more we become host to God and less hostage to ego, minds are joined. It's been amazing to me how this, I don't know what else to call it, psychic ability that we all have. And we've all experienced it. I'd say most of us have experienced this to some degree. You're thinking about someone and then they call you. Or you have this sudden feeling to check in on someone and then you find out that they're going through something really difficult. I had an experience of that recently. I thought of a friend I hadn't seen since childhood. I couldn't stop thinking about her. So I got her number and I called her, and she was going through something horrific. And it was like, she was like crying. She's like, how did you know to call me? And I just like, I could feel you. I knew something was going on. We're more connected than we realize. Look not with fear upon this happy fact, and think not that it lays a heavy burden on you. For when you have accepted it with gladness, you will realize that your relationship is a reflection of the union of the Creator and His Son. From loving minds, there is no separation. Ooh. From loving minds, there is no separation. Wow. And every thought in one brings gladness to the other because they are the same. Joy is unlimited because each shining thought of love extends its being and creates more of itself. There is no difference anywhere in it, for every thought is like itself. The light that joins you and your brother shines throughout the universe, and because it joins you and them, so it makes you and him one with your Creator, and in him is all creation joined. Would you regret you cannot fear alone, when your relationships can also teach the power of love is there, which makes all fear impossible? Do not attempt to keep a little of the ego with this gift, for it was given you to be used, not obscured. What teaches you that you cannot separate denies the ego. Let truth decide if you and your brother be different or the same, and teach you which is true. I'll pause here and say, the way I interpret this isn't that we aren't unique. I feel like each of us is a beautiful line in the same poem, the same beautiful poem, and the poem doesn't make sense without you, because you are just a beautiful, precious line in that poem. But we are all a part of the poem. And we are all, each of us, the poem and the poet, the art and the artist, the sculptor and the sculpture. And in that way, we are the same. We don't compete, we complete. And that's true for each person. And everybody's welcome to sing in this choir. And each voice adds something beautiful and unique, singing the same song together in unity. And in him is all creation joined. So beautiful. Joy is unlimited because each shining thought of love extends its being and creates more of itself. Thank you so much for being here and doing this work. The work of remembering, the work of coming home to the truth of who and what you are. Love you. See you soon.